2018 is a promising year for games, so we decided to take a look ourselves at the games that we found interesting and that might appear on our channel this year. Some will be in the form of Let's Plays and others in the form of guides. Other kinds of content might make it on our channel as well. In no particular order, we're starting the video off with Anthem. Anthem is the new up-and-coming shared action role-playing video game that's been developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. With up to 4 players co-op, you can journey into a chaotic open world as a so-called freelancer, a person in a Javelin exosuit. As the creator of the guides on this channel, Panda can't wait to sink his teeth in this monster of a game. Next up is Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is Rare's upcoming action-adventure game, where you take on the role of a pirate. Band together with friends to explore the open world via a pirate ship, battle other pirates, and collect booty. The cartoony art style of the game might turn off some people, but we're willing to give it a try if the gameplay is half as fun as it looks. Following this game with a similar setting, Skull and Bones. Compare it to Sea of Thieves, but instead of taking multiple roles on one ship, you can command and steer a single ship by yourself. And so can your teammates. Not much to say about this, except for it looks awesome. I'm personally interested in making guides on the different ships and the weapons and abilities that they have. Moving on to our next game. We're kind of looking forward to Battlefield 2018. It didn't show any gameplay yet, nor do we know the title yet. Knowing DICE, we can probably say it's going to be good. It's said to be set in World War II, which would be a logical sequel to Battlefield 1. Next to Battlefield 2018, Call of Duty 2018 should be good as well. Treyarch is the studio that's responsible for this year's release. And even though we haven't played the last 2 Call of Duties, we're interested in what they have to show us this year. Moving down the list, we've landed at Far Cry 5. This open world action adventure shooter looks great in itself. But the co-op aspect is probably what gets me into this. Together with a friend, you can rampage through Hope Country, Montana, blow stuff up, and shoot the religious cultist fucks that we care so much about. Should be a good one. A let's play isn't out of the question. Following the co-op theme, our next game on the list is called A Way Out. Together you can play as Leo and Vincent, 2 men who don't know each other, but will work together to break out of a prison and continue beyond its walls. The setting of the game isn't particularly what interests me, but the dynamic co-op gameplay is. Expect let's plays from Panda and Wazap on this game. Survival horror isn't something that we've dove into on this channel, yet we have played games like this in the past. Overkill's The Walking Dead looks like the most promising survival zombie game this year. It's a 4-player co-op FPS that is set in the world of The Walking Dead, made by the same studio that brought Payday 2. You and your team are trying to survive in Washington DC, with each of you having your own abilities, skill trees, squad roles and playstyles. Loads of fun in all 2 recognizable packages. We're definitely picking up this one and most likely posting at least a let's play on it, since it does have a campaign. But The Walking Dead isn't the only zombie survival game this year. There's also a State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 looks promising as it is open world, co-op and post-apocalyptic. Together with 3 friends you can scavenge through the open world, slay some zombies and build up your community. Sounds really awesome to play with a friend. Maybe a let's play would be nice, but we're not sure since there's loads of other games. Following the trend of zombie survival games, we have Metal Gear Survive. Similar in gameplay and graphics to Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Survive is set in a post-apocalyptic world. It's quite similar to the previous game in that you can play with up to 3 friends. The story behind this is that you've been sucked into a wormhole, into another dimension with crystalline zombies. scavenge the needed supplies, and figure out a way to escape back into your own world. I'm not sure if we're doing a let's play on this game, especially with all the other zombie survival games on the horizon. Another game that follows the post-apocalyptic theme is Metro Exodus, being a sequel to Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. Its story is once again focused on Artyom, something, who uses a stealth and deadly combat to beat the Radiant monsters and baddies he finds along the way. This seems like a game we can do a let's play on. Coming in summer, there's a game based on the latest Jurassic World movie. Similar to the old ones, you get to build and control your own Jurassic World. How will you run the biggest dinosaur theme park in the world? Hopefully better than the people that did it in the film. It's quite different from what we usually play, but then again, that does make it more interesting to play. Besides your typical first and third person shooter, we also have another type of game on the list. Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a story-driven open-world RPG that immerses you into an epic adventure in the Roman Empire. With realistic sword fighting, though the graphics aren't the best, the gameplay looks to be awesome. Check it out, cause we probably will. Moving down the list, we found a game with quite a peculiar setting. It's a martial art style RPG, where the combat system allows you maximum freedom of movement and agility. You can recode your genetic structure to change the way you look and play. Exposure to biocontamination in the world will lead to physical mutations, such as mantis claws or exposure to radiation, which will affect your mind and unlock abilities like telekinesis. Definitely looks fun, and the whole setting of the game looks fun as well. Oh, and you'll play as these weird little foxes that totally kick ass. How much more awesome do you want it? Now, neither Panda nor I have a PlayStation 4. But the last 5 games we'll mention are PS4 exclusives. Luckily, Panda's brother has a PS4 which we'll definitely play the games on. Uploading gameplay is a whole other concept though, so don't get your hopes up. The first PS4 exclusive, and probably the game we're most excited for this year, or ever, since this is Panda's all-time favorite, is The Last of Us Part 2. The previous game was such success with the story and characters. We've been waiting for Part 2 since we were done playing Part 1. Of course, it's set in a post-apocalyptic universe, where once again you'll travel with Ellie and Joel. Only now we're about 5 years ahead of the old story. We'll be playing as Ellie. The story is unknown, but we know it's more focused on hate, and with that probably revenge from Ellie? Hands down the game of the year for us, or at least for Panda. 2018 brings another great PS4 exclusive. With it, God of War, the third-person action-adventure game. It lets us step into the shoes, or actually boots, of Kratos, who is so powerful he can actually swap mythologies. After getting his revenge on the Olympian gods, Kratos now lives with his son, Arthurus? I'm not sure. In the world of the Norse gods. Travel alongside him, as Kratos needs to master his rage and embrace his newfound role as a father and mentor.
Wait here. I will handle this.
Developed by the creators of GTA 5, we couldn't leave Red Dead Redemption. GTA Wild West returns with a sequel to the beloved third-person western shooter. It is set before the event of the first Red Dead Redemption, where you'll control Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and member of the Van der Linden gang. We're not sure if we're going to take on the untamable Wild West, but it does look like a promising game.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf.
Another promising game is Detroit: Become Human. It's an upcoming neo-noir thriller video game. The plot revolves around 3 androids. Kara, who escapes the factory she was made in to explore her newfound sentience. Connor, whose job is to hunt down deviant androids like Kara. And Marcus, who devotes himself to releasing the androids from servitude. The choices you make change the outcome of the story, making it one of the more interesting games gameplay-wise. A totally different game is Marvel's Spider-Man. Developed by Insomniac Games, the game will start a new story that's not tied to any film, comic, book, or game. Similar to older games, you can play Spider-Man from the third-person perspective, with gameplay regarding the movement and combat system. Looks like a lot of fun, though it's not as high on the list as some of the other ones. We've arrived at the 20th and final game on our list, Days Gone. The upcoming action-adventure survival horror game is in development by Sony Interactive Entertainment Bend Studios, set in the beautiful volcanic scarred high desert of the Pacific Northwest. You'll play as Deacon St. John, a drifter and bounty hunter, who would rather risk the danger of the broken roads than live in the safety of a camp. Freakers roam the open world, which will make your journey extra exciting. Definitely one of the cooler zombie games and one we might pick up. And that's it for our list. As we mentioned, we are interested in playing and posting all of these games, but financially and time-wise, it'll probably not come to that. The games that we will definitely upload are Anthem, Sea of Thieves, Skull and Bones, and Overkill: The Walking Dead. Tell us what games you are most excited for, and why, because we feel a desperate urge to connect. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll hopefully see you in an upcoming video.